August 23, 2021. Kubra Dogan goes up to the roof of her cousin's house to record a video for her TikTok followers. What starts off as fun and harmless quickly turns into the last time she was ever seen on camera. Here are a few TikTokers who captured their final moments. Felicia Kononchuk. February 17, 2021. Felicia Kononchuk, a Russian TikToker, was home alone with her 4-year-old brother when a drunk neighbor came knocking at their door. They were about to find out their nice day was going to turn into a nightmare. On this fateful day, Felicia's father left home to visit the local shops, leaving her alone with her youngest brother. As Felicia sat at home enjoying her usual TikTok browsing, she heard persistent and aggressive knocks at the front door. Feeling a sense of unease, she decided not to answer, fearing for the safety of herself and her brother. The knocks continued relentlessly for over an hour, growing louder with each passing minute. Felicia's heart began to race as she desperately searched for a way to protect themselves. In a moment of quick thinking, she grabbed her phone and began recording a TikTok video, her last TikTok video. In this video, her voice trembled as she explained the terrifying ordeal she was facing. Her fear could be felt through the screen as she pleaded for someone to come to their aid. This heartbreaking plea for help became her last communication with the outside world. During this harrowing ordeal, maintenance workers were on the property, completely unaware of the danger lurking just a few feet away. They remained oblivious to the persistent knocks, believing it wasn't their business to meddle in what they assumed was a visitor's concern. Unfortunately, Felicia's worries went unnoticed, leaving her to face the terror alone with her brother. Finally, the knocks stopped. Just as she began to calm down, her phone buzzed with a message from her friend, asking if she wanted to go to the park. The prospect of feeling safe in the company of a friend was too tempting to resist, and Felicia quickly agreed. Around this time, her father also returned home. As Felicia eagerly awaited her friend's arrival, she continued scrolling through TikTok. Not long after, she heard another knock on the door. This time, she thought it was her friend. Most people would have thought the same. However, as Felicia opened the door, standing before her was their neighbor, Vasyl Dunit, the same man who had been knocking forcefully earlier. She immediately tried to slam the door upon realizing who it was, but she wasn't fast enough. Vasyl fired bullets from his 12 caliber .43 EM hunting rifle. The bullets pierced through the metal door, hitting Felicia multiple times. The sound of gunshots echoed through the house, prompting Felicia's father to run to the front door in a desperate attempt to save his beloved daughter. He screamed at the maintenance workers to call for help, but it was too late. As she slowly succumbed to her injuries, Felicia managed to utter her last words, "Dad, I've been killed." The person responsible for this act was Vasyl Dunit, a 33-year-old man who had previously been on good terms with Felicia's family. However, recent arguments over noise complaints had strained their relationship, creating a toxic environment that ultimately led to Felicia's tragic demise. According to law enforcement, Dunit admitted to the crime and was apprehended. The investigation is now under the supervision of Alexander Bastrykhin, Russia's chief criminal investigator and alumnus of the same university as Vladimir Putin, who leads the Russian Investigative Committee. If found guilty, Dunit will be sentenced to life in prison. Amar Haider. December 30, 2019. 3 friends got together to create a TikTok video, unaware that their day would end in tragedy. Among them was a boy named Ahad Haddad, whose life was about to take an unforeseen and fatal turn. In the neighborhood of Karo Sadan Siyat, Amar and his friends decided to upload a TikTok video, incorporating a pistol as a prop, a decision that would prove catastrophic. In the video, Amar could be seen holding a pistol as he pinned one of the boys against a wall, aiming the gun at his head, trying to recreate a scene of someone being held at gunpoint. As they set the scene and recorded their actions, the pistol, which was believed to be safe, discharged unexpectedly. The bullet struck Amar in the stomach, killing him on the spot. When neighbors heard the gunshot, they immediately alerted authorities. Amar's friends, both minors, were taken into custody. However, Amar's grief-stricken parents were convinced their son's death wasn't an accident but a deliberate act. "Our son has been murdered over personal enmity," Amar's father declared. People in the neighborhood who knew the boys well recounted how the trio shared a passion for creating videos, which were sometimes daring, until things went out of control that day. On the other hand, Amar's friends, now in the custody of law enforcement, painted a different picture. They claimed it was a tragic accident. According to them, the gun went off in Amar's hands while they were engrossed in filming. Despite their version of events, investigations are still ongoing to determine the circumstances surrounding the young boy's untimely death. Harrison Gills. This isn't the normal type of stuff I post, but, found out today, or it was kind of confirmed to me, that I have terminal cancer. In November 2020, Harrison was diagnosed with a rare and terminal cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma. This Canadian teenager faced a devastating diagnosis after doctors found a large tumor in his prostate and spots in his lungs, all at the young age of 16. However, instead of succumbing to despair, Harrison made a courageous decision to make the most of his remaining time. By February 2022, Harrison had gone into remission after enduring multiple rounds of chemotherapy and radiation. Unfortunately, just 4 months later, the cancer returned, and this time, it was untreatable. With determination, Harrison turned to TikTok and created a bucket list, hoping to experience everything he had always dreamed of. From the adrenaline rush of skydiving to the simple joys of spending quality time with loved ones, Harrison embraced life fully. Interestingly, his TikTok post about the bucket list quickly gained traction. Overwhelming support poured in from his 314,000 followers. Thanks to the generosity of many, Harrison began ticking off items on his list, embarking on thrilling adventures both on land and in the sky. He captured each moment to share with his growing audience on TikTok. Along the way, Harrison kept his followers updated about his health. At one point, he shared, "It was also a scan where the big tumor in my prostate stopped growing for now, and the ones in my lungs have only grown a little bit." As his 18th birthday approached, anticipation grew among his followers. Weeks passed without updates, leaving them anxious and eager for news. Finally, Harrison returned with a somber update. The chemotherapy he had undergone throughout the summer hadn't been effective. The tumor continued to progress, growing larger and spreading into his liver. One of his lungs was now filled with fluid. On March 21, 2023, Harrison took to TikTok one last time to share a heartfelt message. Acknowledging the slim chances of going home, he expressed his gratitude for the support he had received, saying, "Pray for me and my family. It's been a great ride with you guys. Thank you for all the support through everything." On March 30, 2023, Harrison passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family. His brother David later uploaded a video confirming his death, stating that Harrison was in no pain when he passed. David said, "After nearly 2.5 years of a hard-fought battle, knowing he did as much as he could, knowing he was loved and strong, he said goodbye. Fatty goes to Africa." On December 4, 2022, TikToker Gon Swang, better known as Fatty Goes to Africa, went live on TikTok to document his journey through the city of Kathmandu, Nepal. What began as a simple travel vlog tragically became his last communication with the world, as he unknowingly live-streamed his own murder. 29-year-old Chinese TikToker Gon Swang had an insatiable thirst for adventure. His love for travel and fascination with diverse cuisines and cultures inspired him to document his experiences across the globe. What started as a personal collection of food reviews quickly evolved into a much larger project. However, his deepest passion lay in showcasing the beauty and diversity of Africa, which is how his TikTok username, Fatty Goes to Africa, was born. The idea quickly gained traction, and Fatty Goes to Africa became an instant success. Gon's account attracted a massive audience of around 5 million followers, all eager to accompany him virtually on his adventures across the continent. With fame came new opportunities, and Gon built a social media team to support his rapidly growing brand. Gon's charismatic personality and inspiring travels encouraged some of his followers to start their own content journeys. But not everyone in his circle shared a harmonious relationship with him. Among them was 37-year-old rival TikToker Fong Jinyong, known as a Yoon. Over time, tensions between Gon and Fong escalated to a breaking point. The feud between the two gained notoriety when Gon traveled to China to visit his family. Fong reportedly entrusted Gon with $1,500 to purchase an iPhone on his behalf during the trip. However, upon Gon's return, Fong claimed no iPhone had been purchased, nor had his money been refunded. This unconfirmed incident sparked a series of heated disputes between the two. Fang further accused Gan and his team of sending virus-infected meals to his home and damaging his property. Initially, Gan dismissed these accusations as baseless, given the lack of evidence. However, lingering doubts began to grow. On December 4, 2022, Gan was strolling through an open market in Kathmandu when he decided to go live on TikTok. During the live stream, he casually remarked in Chinese, "I've come to beat him up," referring to Fang. Unbeknownst to him, Fang was nearby, harboring sinister intentions. Within moments of Gan's comment, chaos erupted. Fang launched a surprise attack, stabbing Gan multiple times in the back and stomach. Screams filled the air as Gan collapsed, clutching his stomach, blood seeping through his clothes. Despite Gan's evident agony, Fang stood over him, scolding him, as if to ensure Gan knew who had emerged victorious. Struggling for his life, Gan motioned for a phone, seemingly trying to call for help. Bystanders rushed him to the hospital, but despite their efforts, it was too late. Gan succumbed to his injuries. Fang's brutality did not end there. He also attacked Gan's companion, Li Tuan, inflicting severe injuries. In the days following the incident, authorities arrested Fang, charging him with Gan's murder and the assault on Li Tuan. Kubra Dogan. On August 23, 2021, Kubra Dogan climbed onto the roof of her cousin's house to record a video for her TikTok followers. Tragically, this would be the last time she was ever seen on camera. Kubra Dogan was a 23-year-old TikToker with a passion for creating captivating content on social media. Born and raised in Istanbul, Turkey, she had always been drawn to entertainment and storytelling from a young age. Her natural talent for capturing perfect moments and sharing them with others made social media feel like her true calling. In her early days, Kubra shared her travel experiences on platforms like Instagram and YouTube. However, it was TikTok where she truly found her niche. The short-format videos allowed her creativity to shine and her audience to grow. As her popularity increased, brands began reaching out to her for collaborations. With fame came new responsibilities and a drive for more exciting content, but it was during one of these ventures that tragedy struck. On August 23, 2021, Kubra visited her 16-year-old cousin, Helen, at a family apartment in Istanbul. The apartment, situated in a city known for its rich history and stunning architecture, provided a breathtaking view of the city skyline at sunset. Ever the artist, Kubra saw the perfect opportunity to mesmerize her audience. To capture the best footage, she decided to climb onto the roof. Helen accompanied her, and the two enjoyed several joyous moments together, unaware of the impending tragedy. Helen held the camera, recording Kubra as she posed on the roof, moving gracefully and confidently. At one point, Kubra sat on the edge, the cityscape stretching behind her. The mood shifted when Kubra decided to venture onto a lower section of the roof for an even better angle. Helen, now filled with doubt about the safety of the move, redirected the camera to capture her own expression of concern. As the camera turned back to Kubra, it recorded her sitting with her legs resting on a gray plastic panel. Moments later, she stood on the panel, unaware of how fragile it was. Before she could step away, the panel gave way with a loud tear. Kubra disappeared from view, falling 9 stories, an estimated 160 feet, before hitting the ground. In a state of shock, Helen ran inside to inform her family, who immediately called emergency services. Unfortunately, it was too late. Kubra's injuries were too severe, and she passed away before any medical aid could be administered. In a heartbreaking twist, Kubra's uncle, Nebi Dogan, revealed that the family had warned her numerous times about the dangers of creating risky content, but she had refused to listen. The family has since initiated legal proceedings against the contractor responsible for installing the fragile plastic paneling that ultimately failed. Xiao Yu. June 20, 2021, started as a day like any other for Xiao Chu, a well-known TikTok personality. She invited her followers to join her for what was meant to be a routine livestream from her workplace. Xiao, a crane operator and TikTok star, was known for her spectacular dance moves, which she often showcased from her unique vantage point high above the city skyline. Xiao worked in Chizu, located in the western part of China's Xinjiang province. Her content wasn't just about entertainment, it offered a rare window into her world. High above the ground, She operated massive machinery with skill and grace, captivating an audience of over 100,000 followers on TikTok and Douyin, the platform's Chinese counterpart. Zhao's lively energy and unique perspective made her a beloved figure, and her followers eagerly anticipated her posts. On June 20, 2021, as the clock neared 5:40 p.m., Zhao was concluding her shift. The construction site was quiet, with most of her colleagues already gone. Seizing the solitude, Zhao climbed the crane to her cabin, which often served as her stage. She set up her camera, ready to share another glimpse of her life with her eager audience. The live stream began with Zhao's signature dance moves, a joyful expression of her passion for both her work and life. Her followers tuned in, captivated by her charisma and energy. But in an instant, the mood shifted dramatically. The video feed jolted, and the camera plummeted, capturing only a fleeting, blurred image of the crane steps. Eyewitness accounts later revealed the devastating truth. Zhao had fallen from her perch while clutching her phone, a tragic accident that resulted in a 160-foot drop. In the aftermath, her family confirmed the heartbreaking news. They clarified that Zhao's fall was a tragic accident, not a reckless challenge or a stunt gone wrong. Alicia Pinky Williams. December 26, 2020. The festive season was in full swing in Atlanta, and TikToker Alicia, known as Pinky on the platform, was eager to celebrate the holidays in what she believed to be a safe and chaperoned environment. Setting up her camera to record a video of herself dancing, Alicia was filled with joy and excitement. Tragically, a noise at her door would be the last thing she ever heard. On that fateful night, Alicia was enjoying herself, creating content for TikTok. Originally, she was supposed to attend a supervised gathering at an Airbnb. However, as events unfolded, it became clear that the arrangements had been altered without her family's knowledge. It was later discovered that another parent had booked accommodations at the Hyatt Regency Hotel instead. It was in this hotel room that Alicia recorded what would be her final TikTok video. At around 12:23 a.m. on December 26, 2020, everything seemed normal. In the video, Alicia could be seen dancing, but the atmosphere suddenly shifted. She appeared startled by something happening behind her, abruptly stopped dancing, and ended the recording. Moments later, she heard disturbances at her door. Before she could react, someone barged into her room. The intruder's presence left Alicia visibly surprised, but within seconds, tragedy struck. She was shot dead. The police responded swiftly to reports of the shooting, and shortly thereafter, a teenage boy was arrested in connection with the murder. He faced multiple charges, including felony murder, aggravated assault, reckless conduct, and the unlawful possession of a weapon. For Alicia's family, the devastation of her sudden death was compounded by unanswered questions. They had been under the impression that she was attending a chaperoned holiday party at an Airbnb. Adding to their grief, they suspected foul play, particularly since the hotel room was booked under the name of the parent who had made the last-minute change in plans. Alicia's mother also revealed another shocking detail: she wasn't informed of her daughter's death until 8 hours after it occurred. As the police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding Alicia's tragic death, her family has issued heartfelt pleas for witnesses to come forward, hoping for answers and justice. And there you have it, the chilling and unforgettable stories of TikTokers whose final moments were captured for the world to see. But here's the question that will keep you up tonight: how many other moments like these are happening right now, hidden behind the glamour of a 15-second video? Don't let this be where the mystery ends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping video. And if you think these stories were intense, wait until you see what's coming next. Real-life tales so shocking, they'll leave you questioning everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, the truth is sometimes closer than you think. See you in the next one. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks.